But there's a sweet science to boxing. There's a sweet science to boxing.
The best and the coolest thing about my career is called the sweet science.
There's a sweet science to boxing.
It's to hit and not get hit.
Let's get to it. So Gervonta Tank Davis is back.
I whoop his ass for free.
According to him. Now, if you've been following his Twitter, then you would know that he put on Twitter that he's back. And this is exactly what he tweeted. I was caught up in some, but I'm back. Now, technically, he had already been back training. He had showed us months ago, actually, though I think it was in February, that he had his ankle bracelet taken off. And this is the picture right here when he tweeted this, where his ankle bracelet was removed. Now he's posted a tweet, which was yesterday on April the 1st, that he's back. Now that he's back, what is he going to do? Well, I think the first order of business is he probably going to be going at Frank Martin. That's what the rumors have been, even though he haven't came out and confirmed it himself. Frank Martin, he haven't really confirmed it. He kind of confirmed it, but then not really. It's just that people have addressed it to him and he didn't deny it. So that fight definitely could be the one that's happening next. But I'm talking about even after Frank Martin. What is he going to do? Well, a lot of people saying right now that his mandatory is Williams and Zepeda, and Williams and Zepeda is his mandatory, or at least going to be, because he does have the WBA belt. He's also the mandatory for Shakur Stevenson, who has the WBC belt. So if you look at this right here, now these rankings are for boxing scene. Now, as you can see, Shakur Stevenson has the WBC belt. Tank Davis got the WBA belt, and you can see Williams and Zepeda under both of them. He's the number one contender for both of these guys. So their fight should be happening, or either one of these fights should be happening this year sometime. I mean, there's nowhere to run to now, unless Tank say, you know what, I'm finna go ahead and just go to 140, because if you look at this, man, 135 is dead, to be honest with you. And it seems as if Tank is jumping over Williams and Zepeda to get to Frank Martin, because as you can see, Frank Martin is number 2 on the list, but it is what it is. I mean, maybe he want a tough challenge on his comeback fight. You see, just because Williams Zepeda is number 1 over Frank Martin don't really mean that he's a tougher opponent. I mean, even Oscar De La Hoya don't think he's ready, so I don't even know if that fight will even happen with Tank and Williams Zepeda. I don't think Oscar De La Hoya will even let it happen, at least as of right now. But I'm glad that he's announcing that he's back, so that's basically letting you know that a fight has already been in works. They already probably been in negotiations, and he's probably right. He's probably really is about to have a fight in June, and most likely that person will be Frank Martin. Even though everybody's saying that his mandatory is Williams and Zepeda, I think Frank Martin will still be a comeback challenge for him. And then after Frank Martin, then maybe he can go at Williams and Zepeda, or even go at Shakur Stevenson. It wouldn't really matter to me. I just want to see him unify these titles at 135 so he can go ahead and drop the titles and then move up to 140 and go take them dudes out up there.